So welcome everybody to week 2 of the Whales of the World, which is a 4-week class. And today is week 2, and we're going to be working with the beautiful blue whales. It's September 23rd, 2021. We're in the final phase here of the equinox blessings, and what a great day and what a great time, when the equinox comes to work with these energies, particularly with the whales, and to really embrace balance in our lives. Those that have worked with me before know I've freely admitted that that has been an issue in my earlier years, repeatedly going way one end or way the other end, mostly overwhelmed, just because I like the things that I choose for work, and I always make them a priority, and then I don't take time for me. So part of the situation that I just went through this summer, I think, is to help me reevaluate that, so and not work so hard in the sense of taking so many clients and classes. So I've narrowed it down and doing the ones that I really want to do, and this is one of them. So I'm really excited about you being here. So I'm going to ask you to go into your sacred heart, and we're going to open, hold on here. We're going to open the sacred space. From the space of our sacred heart, we open to the flowing love of source energy. And in that respect, we acknowledge the energies of Mother, Father, God, Mother Earth, and Father, Son as our true parents, guiding us into spiritual expansion and the remembrance of our true selves. And now today, connecting us even more deeply to the elders on our planet, who are the whales. So let's begin by grounding ourselves down into the earth. See yourself spiraling down and anchoring deep into the earth. Come to a place that feels good for you. And maybe take a seat on a rock and just ponder for a moment the incredible being that is beautiful Gaia, the beautiful goddess that loves you, loves you, loves you. And now look around and let's welcome the elementals now. The energy of air, water, fire, and earth. And of course, the beautiful Andara crystals. And bring that energy now, as you know, up through your feet. Let it fill your legs and your solar plexus, rising up to the heart space. And it is our intention to create unity in our heart. So allow Mother Earth to continue to fill a beautiful ball of light in your heart. And let that energy now ripple out into the bloodstream, shifting your energy into that of compassion. And now rising up from the heart, up through the crown. As always, we take our focus now to the sun, that beautiful being that nourishes us and becomes the portal or gateway for source light to come to our planet and to be connected to us at all times. Allow that to cascade over your body. Feeling the warmth, feeling the memories and the generosity of our Creator. And let's allow that energy now to come into our hearts and put it into a ball of light opposite of that of Mother Earth. And in doing so, ask for a unity balance of exactly the same amount of masculine energy as we have feminine energy. Feeling the power of both. And now triangulate by coming back into the sacred heart and going deep into the inner sacred heart and acknowledging your property, your home, and now the 4 directions around your home as we put up the sacred grid or refresh the grid that's already there. And we're going to be calling in ambassadors from the different whale kingdoms. So to the south, we're calling in the great humpback whales to hold the space and bring a column of light. The south is now open. Now let's turn to the west and let's bring in the big blues, the largest creatures on the planet, largest heart, ancient beings. Bring your ambassador, please, and communicate with us clearly today. The west is open now. Let's bring our energy now to the north. And we call in the magical teachers that we call the gray whales. We thank them for coming and holding the column of light. The north is open now. Let's go to the east and let's call in the magical orcas. The orcas are the black and white largest dolphins that exist, but they are a toothed whale. And we love you. Thank you for bringing your column of light. The east is open. Now I want you to see yourself in a four-sided pyramid filling with plasma, spirit light, whale energy, the highest vibration you can summon and sustain at this time. And now invert your four-sided pyramid down into the earth. As above, so below. We create a copy of that, and we have created the sacred architecture of the octahedron. It's very important, they're saying, to you understand the power of understanding sacred geometry at this point in your awakening. And now drop down into the earth again, but go to the apex that's down in the earth at the tip of the octahedron. And we're going to call in the minke whales. And we're so grateful. Thank you. Center below is open. And let's rise up to the top. Center above. Let's call in the pilot wheels. Hold that space for us. Center above is open. And the last of the directions, of course, is deep within your heart, the seventh direction. Now we're going to call in the great white whales, the cosmic creators. And one in particular will join you in your heart. We'll hold space for you and offer you healing during our class today. Excuse me. Also call in your three master guides, connecting to your higher being. Of course, we'll call in Master Buddha, who helps us in all of our classes. And any other light beings that you work with that you'd like to bring into your heart. Our sacred space is open. Namaste. Beautiful. So in all the classes that I teach, whale and dolphin consciousness and, heart work, it's so important to understand how to go into the heart. And it's so important, even if you do know how to go into your heart, to remind yourself daily. Every time you have a negative thought or you have a judgment or something's passing by that just, kind of rocks you a little bit out of the heart, to remember how to go back and to not feel a judgment over that or count how many times you have to go back into the heart. Just do it. Just go into the heart. So most of you know I teach different ways to do that. And so today we're going to open our class with one of my meditations called Entering Your Sacred Heart. So I recommend a blindfold if you have one, or a scarf. It's about 10 minutes. It's going to allow you to really go in. And it's going to remind you of the different ways, the two ways that we teach to go into the heart. And just get us as high in vibration that we can at the beginning of the class today before we receive the blue whales. Okay, so prepare yourself. I'm going to share the screen so you can hear the music. Entering your sacred heart. The sacred place of your heart is the source of creation. The heart is the key to everything. The heart is older than the body and the brain. There are many secrets inside of your heart for you to remember. There is a tiny space within the heart where creation takes place. The heart is a torus and exists within a toroidal field. The toroidal field represents the infinity sign, or loop, which is also representative of balancing the two halves of your brain. In the heart is a world without fear. There is a vibration within the heart that is the Om to the universe. As we connect with our sacred heart, we suggest a unity breath meditation. This meditation will connect you to your Divine Mother and your Divine Father, balancing the energies and connecting you to your personal sacred heart space. In this meditation, we suggest a grounding as we send our light deep into the heart of our Mother Earth, opening the soles of our feet and allowing our souls to connect to Mother Earth's soul. Sending our light into the earth and allowing Mother Gaia to send her love back up to you. Allowing this energy to flow freely through our systems, placing a ball of our Mother's love in our sacred heart. And now, opening our heart, our throat, and our crown chakra, connecting to the infinite wisdom of Father Son, sending our light up into the cosmos, connecting with our Creator. Feel the love of Creator as Spirit answers your call and floods you with the energy of your Source. This is the place of infinite possibilities and all-encompassing love. Allow the energy and flow of love to fill you. And now place a ball representing Father Son, Source energy into your heart next to that ball of Mother Earth. Allow yourself to experience this energy now, running vertically in two directions as it flows into your being. This balanced energy that you are receiving from your mother and your father will now allow you to enter your sacred heart. This expanded and balanced love energy that you have created in your heart is where the highest creations take place. And now, allow your energy to expand out into the universe, to connect with the infinite intelligence of all of creation, honoring the divinity within you. And now, ask that the energy of the cosmos returns to you magnified. And now, we're going to journey into the inner sanctum of your heart. There is a vortex there, and it will pull you into a tunnel, into the outer sacred space of your heart. Feel the vibration of your heart in concert with the divine, and know that this is the place that you want to create your life from. We will now provide 2 exercises to assist you in entering your sacred heart. Allow your consciousness to center and to be within your brain, pineal and third eye area. And now send your consciousness out of the back of your head, entering your body between your shoulder blades, going directly into your heart chamber. Allow yourself to feel this arc of energy and practice navigating this several times, experiencing the energy of your consciousness moving from your mind through the arc between your shoulder blades and into your heart. And now, allow yourself to try a second modality for entering your sacred heart. Once again, center your consciousness in your brain, pineal, and third eye area. And now allow yourself to take the elevator down from your brain into your heart and walk directly into your heart chamber. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open the elevator door and walk into your sacred heart chamber. Ask your Creator to let there be light within your heart. Within this chamber of the heart are your Akashic records and your intentions for coming to Earth in this incarnation. All of your personal information exists here. From here, you can remember that you are your best teacher and you know your own inner truth. The vibrational increase is magnified as you are centering now in your heart. And now we are going to ask you to go into an inner chamber of your heart. This inner sanctum of your heart to your most special and sacred place. Explore finding the opening now to the inner sanctum of your heart. Perhaps you will be led down a hallway. Perhaps you will be guided to open a door. Perhaps you will enter a temple. Or perhaps you will trust your guidance and you will just be seated and allow a vision to present itself to you. The inner sanctum, the still small space of your heart, is 0 point. The origin of creation is within you, and your heart contains the original instructions for your life. Go deeper now into the still small space of your heart, the Holy of Holies. This is your most sacred and special place that holds the highest vibration you can emanate and sustain as a physical being of light. Go into your center of consciousness now. Here you will find that all of the universe is available to you. Within the inner sanctum of your heart, you can access all of the wisdom of the quantum universe. And here, all time and no time exist simultaneously. As you practice these meditations and techniques, you will note that a vibrational increase will occur each time. Eventually, it will be easy to enter your sacred heart, and perhaps your heart will be a permanent place for your consciousness to reside. This opportunity will release the need for your brain or mind to try to be the controlling organ or force in your life. When you begin to consciously live within your heart, you will find that you are no longer participating in duality. You will live within the center of your being, and you will release polarity. You will begin to live in a pure vibration that transcends right or wrong or judgment. Your thoughts and feelings will emanate from the sacred place of the heart, and you will create and manifest very quickly in third-dimensional reality. Our suggestions are to practice moving back and forth from the brain area to the heart every day, feeling the difference in vibration, and then practice moving from the sacred space of your heart into the inner sanctum of your heart. We suggest you consciously navigate from time to time back into your pineal and then drop down in the elevator or arc your consciousness back into the heart through your shoulder blades. Begin to sense and know when you are in your heart, and then begin tracking how much time each day are you living and creating from your sacred heart. Whatever you are dreaming in your sacred heart space becomes your reality. In retrieving and creating mastery in your life, we encourage you to work with automatic writing, And perhaps you will want to begin to record your intentions and feelings. Also, we suggest you experiment with keeping a daily journal of your thoughts and intentions. Access your mastery by asking yourself, from the sacred space of the heart, what are my special and unique gifts in this life? Who am I? Where am I from? And what am I here on earth to do? What have I chosen to do in this lifetime to create joy for myself? What can I choose in this lifetime that brings joy and harmony for others? How can I assist in creating unity consciousness in my own family? And how can I assist in creating unity consciousness in my community? How can I contribute to creating a peaceful world in which to live? How can I demonstrate what it is to be peaceful and balanced as a global citizen? We encourage you to explore living and creating from your sacred heart each and every day. It is an honor and a joy to have worked with you in this way. There is great love within your heart for each and every one of you. And now, as we move forward in time, embracing the increased vibration of the earth, the angels, the animals, and the dolphins, ask me to ask you to remember and implement 4 evolutionary principles of cosmic law that apply to all beings. Number 1, embrace the human purpose, therefore examining your true life purpose and why you chose to incarnate in the evolutionary spiral at this time. Number 2, at the core of every being, all have divine essence, which is goodness and love. Number 3, free will is an absolute and universal right on this planet. And number 4, all of natural life and its existence is sacred. So be it, and so it is. Blessings and namaste. I am Lori Rion.
Take some deep breaths. Kind of wiggle your fingers and toes, coming back into consciousness. And stay in your heart now, because I'm going to show you a film clip that talks about whale consciousness. And I think you'll enjoy it.
This is a whale consciousness message. The universe is one living, breathing, conscious being, demonstrating interconnectedness and oneness. The incarnated whales are an example of the all-loving, all-knowing consciousness that came to planet Earth to be a steward for Gaia and for humanity. As a species, the whales and dolphins are the most spiritually and intellectually evolved souls in our world, and they anchor the light beamed to Earth from distant sources. Using their Merkaba, they also align with the frequency and resonance of Gaia, or Mother Earth. The whales have held the highest incarnated vibration on the planet for eons, and also hold the resonance or frequency that is the heartbeat for Gaia. We would not have survived these many years if the whales had not chosen to use their vibration to balance and steady our beautiful planet. The end of polarity or duality is nearing. The responsibilities the whales have held for humanity is now being shared with many humans as we awaken to our true selves and choose to take our power as children of Creator Source. We are reclaiming the true dreaming state of the living heart. This is true creatorship. What it means is that through exercising intentional evolution, we are entering into a time when thoughts will manifest very quickly into our dimensional realities. Because many of us have chosen to awaken to the truth of our soul's journey and become conscious creators, we are now able to connect with the supersentient, ancient cetaceans we call the whales. The whales are the ancients, the elders, and are the greatest healers we will know throughout our many journeys and lifetimes upon this planet we call Earth. The whales ask you to call upon them often to realign your auric fields and your organ systems. They remind you of the phrase, "Ask and you will receive." It is their great honor to assist us, and they come in joy and in a state of bliss that can best be described as living in oneness with all that is.
There we go. Okay. Open up to the gallery for a couple minutes. Welcome to everybody that I didn't get a chance to say hello to before we started. Hopefully everybody's deep in their heart now, really feeling the love of the whales, the love of your higher being, and of course the sisterhood and brotherhood that brought us together to work with the whales today. Does anybody have a comment or a question? No? That's good. That means you're blissed out. Anybody? Okay. All right, we're going to go on then. Yeah. Oops. Okay, I should be able to click on this. Hold on here. There we go. And unfortunately, it took me to the beginning. So this is what we did last week. Kinds of cool stuff. Beautiful humpbacks. Beautiful white whales. And the message was just so important to understand that the sounds that the humpbacks make literally change the crystalline structure of your blood. Powerful into star tetrahedrons. So the message they gave me some 19 years ago has now been proven scientifically that their songs are the songs of creation, and they bring us healing just by listening to their sounds. Not only healing, but restoring our molecular structure to star tetrahedrons. So the humpbacks say that they access your quantum DNA. They're multidimensional. And one of the ways they're able to help humans so quickly and so easily is that we share quantum DNA. So we're related. So no other animals have share our DNA in this way other than the dolphins and whales, but the humpbacks especially do. So, okay, so moving into the topic for today is who are the blue whales? Now, the blue whales are the most elusive and challenging whales to see in the ocean. They were almost decimated, during the whaling years. It's kind of sad. But the population, now that the laws have changed, is coming back. And I'm very fortunate to live near Dana Point, Laguna Beach area in Orange County, San Diego County, where this area is one of the areas that they come to each year in their migration. And some even go all the way up to Ventura and Santa Barbara before they turn around and migrate back. They are the largest creatures in the world, some 100 feet long sometimes. It's almost inconceivable. They're larger than the largest dinosaur that ever walked the earth. It's very hard to see a blue whale from the boat in the way we can see them this way, because only part of their body comes up at a time, and then they just keep going. You know, the body just keeps going and going and going, and then finally you see the tail. They're so long. A blue whale is twice the size of the boats we go out on, which hold 50 people. It gives you any idea. The boat I normally use is about 49 feet, so just huge, but gentle, gentle giants when they're here. And they're usually here in the summer months, so there's a better idea of the incredible, immense bodies that they have. And it's interesting because even though they're the largest creature that ever swam or walked the earth, they eat the smallest thing, which is krill. And krill is a very tiny, tiny shrimp. So our waters are obviously very plentiful with krill, or we couldn't sustain the blue whales as they come up. And they eat tons and tons of them, like big mouthfuls of them. So it's kind of funny that the little tiny krill is their chosen food. Amazing. And they usually appear as individuals or sometimes in pairs. It's very rare to see more than two, very rare, but I'm blessed to say I have multiple times had that opportunity, but not that many times. So who are the whales? They are highly evolved cetacean beings who are anchoring the exquisite crystalline light in the oceans of our ascending planet. Pardon me. They are one of the most immense, divinely intelligent, and physically powerful creatures on the planet, yet they are among the most gentle. The whales have been gracing our oceans for millions of years. Their consciousness is an ancient and timeless lineage, and one that is helping to hold the balance of light for the earth, and of course for us too. One of their roles as great vibrational stewards of light and sound for the oceanic body is to open portals and gateways that bridge the earth to the cosmic realms. They also serve to help architect, strengthen, and protect the newly emergent planetary crystalline grid and new consciousness matrix. So here's a picture of what that crystalline grid might look like if we were able to photograph it. And this grid, some of you know that follow Cryon. Cryon has sort of documented the whole creation of the crystalline grid, which is basically complete now and continuing to build in its strength. The crystalline grid around our planet is a reflection of the humanity's consciousness. So it's constantly changing. And the whales, particularly now just referencing the humpback whales, swim in their etheric bodies about 60 miles outside of the crystalline grid, always adjusting it, updating it, watching it. Pardon me, connecting to the earth. I'm going to take a moment here. Get a cough drop. So I want you to visualize your place in the grid, because every single person has a triangle in the grid. Just take a moment from your heart to do that. And now feel the power of the whales connecting from the ocean and from outside the grid. Total and complete stewards for the earth, and of course for us as well. They understand what we call magnetics in a way that would be very difficult for us to explain in a class like this, but it's all about the magnetics and the frequency as it continues to rise and how it connects us to, you know, our physical bodies on the earth. So to be in their radiatory field is indescribably so profound that it's not uncommon to start shaking, crying, releasing the moment that their immense energy is felt or their primordial sound is heard. It brings back such deep remembrance of our origins and of oneness. So another pretty good picture of a boat and then a blue whale. Again, the gentle giants. Nobody really knows too how old they are. A little later on, I'm going to show you some footage of some research that's being done about trying to track where the babies are born. At the end of the research, there's a hint that most of them are born down around Costa Rica, but nobody's ever filmed it or seen it. But we do have research that shows when a blue whale passed away, there was a spearhead embedded in the body that was over 200 years old. So again, we don't really know how long they live. No one's ever, lived that long. So to be able to track a blue whale's life. Just by being in their presence, we were able to activate more of our truer self and our eternal nature. Well, energy transference can affect you to such a degree that you are sincerely altered forever. As star seeds and cosmic bridgers, many of us are intimately connected with the cetacean energy because this powerful vibration comes to us primarily from the Sirian star system. Many of us have aspects of self on Sirius, and also those that are incarnated as whale and dolphin. So you may have an aspect that's a cetacean. Probably you do. Also, probably you might remember being in the Sirian star system, even if you're not Sirian, and going there with your divine life blueprint before you incarnate, because this is where your body is actually built. It's actually put together. I don't like the word factory, but you bring your architectural plans there, and the whales and dolphins, and of course other Sirian beings, take charge of that and work with you to design the body that you set forth. It's pretty amazing, really. So that connects us all down here, doesn't it? So the Egyptians knew this really well, and they set up the pyramids even to connect on the holy days, being the solstices and the equinoxes, to the Sirian system. Particularly Sirius B being considered the brightest star. Sirian starseed are guardians of planet Earth. Meditate with the sounds of dolphins and whale energies to connect to the Sirian energies. And this is a really powerful time to do that. We're still in the final stages of the full moon and the equinox. So we were out the other night looking at the moon. Incredible energy. Might take a moment to do that wherever you are and just bathe in this energies, and then ask the blue whales to come in and bless you and connect with you. So again, the blue whales are the largest creatures on the planet. They just go on and on. They're about 100 feet long, most of them once they're full grown. Oh, I already got excited, played the whale consciousness message. So look at the blue whale heart. This is the size of like a Volkswagen, a small car. And a child could crawl through those arteries. That's how big you could slip down through the blowhole and crawl around. Not that I recommend that, but that's how big their hearts are. It's almost inconceivable, isn't it? And I'm told there's some museums in different parts of our country where they've made a mock-up of the heart, and the kids can get in there and climb around in the museum. Wouldn't that be fun? Or a small person, if you're small. It's not going to work for me, but I get to watch. The blue whale tongue is the size of an elephant. Almost inconceivable again. And the tail of a full-grown blue whale is the wingspan of a small airplane. Huge. So the blue whales have said they are the physical electricians for the Earth. They work almost exclusively with the Earth. However, they're happy to bless us and to connect with us, and they very much like to be noticed. Give me a moment here and I've actually recorded this message, so I'm going to play it while we look at the picture. This is a blue whale message.
Their communication with other intelligent forces, the blue whales work to balance and harmonize the electromagnetic fields of light in the oceans that correspond to the longitude and latitude lines upon the Earth. The blue whales have shared that they function in their physical embodiments as neural-electricians for Mother Earth. As they swim northbound in the oceans, along the coastlines, they use their innate abilities to connect to the magnetic fields of a given area. They then realign the magnetic fields of energy as needed to correspond to the star fields and other planets that are currently influencing the electromagnetic fields of that area. They have asked to be known as the physical electricians for the Earth. When the blue whales ultimately turn to make their southern migration, they have completed their annual attunements for the coastal areas in Southern California, and they quite simply check in and make any necessary final adjustments before they exit the area they have just visited. I am Lori Rion, voice for the great blue whales.
So I got this message a few years ago, and a couple of times I was out and the blue whales came around, and it was just absolutely amazing to be up close with them. And again, it's a rare thing because they're just seasonal, and sometimes I go out specifically thinking I'm going to see blue whales because it's like July or August, and I don't see them. So I'm, a little bit disappointed. But other times when maybe you're least expecting it, there they are. So that's happened. But I asked the boat captain once, I said, so when you first see the blue whales, and it looks like they're swimming northbound, did they swim pretty close to the shore? And he said, yeah, about 5 or 6 miles. They can't come in much closer than that because their bodies are so big that their belly would touch the sand. But yes, they do. They swim fairly close to the shore. And I said, when you see them leaving, maybe later on in September, October, are they further out? And he said, yes, they are. Usually when they start south, we don't see them that much because our boats don't always go out that far. So that was like a confirmation of the message that I got from them. I was glad to hear. Okay, we're going to pause now for a moment, and I'm going to show you a YouTube that came from one of those days I talked about. It was completely unexpected. I took a group of people out that was like an office party where the owner was kind of waking up, and he wanted his employees to have a day to meet the whales and to meditate with me. He was really enjoying working with me. And so the whole boat was filled with his employees. And it was such a profound day. I don't ever expect to have another day like that. I think we were just blessed beyond blessed. And it shifted me, it changed me. I think it changed a lot of people. And the footage that you're going to see went around the world that day. I even had an aunt from Nebraska call me and said I was on the news there in Nebraska. And she saw the YouTube. So here we go. I think you'll like it, and it will deeply connect you to their energy.
At Chewy, we know the only thing that changes when bringing home a new pet is everything. And
On October 21st, we witnessed a global planetary shift with the blue whales from our boat. The footage we have from that day has gone around the world. The whales are speaking out now as 22 blue whales came directly to our boat.
Wow, he's going under us!
The whale went under our boat. This doesn't happen.
Blasting us with their immense heart energy as they rolled and spun and swam under our boat. We know we have experienced firsthand a true global love shift as the whales are acknowledging the energetic shifts that Gaia has made. The cetaceans are asking us to be aware now of ourselves as global citizens and embrace the family of light that connects us all.
was a miracle.
That whale's right there, guys. He's right next to us.
People were screaming.
Wow! That's amazing! Oh my God!
Dude, that was a miracle. I wish we were in the car. All of a sudden, the face of a blue whale came right up to me and swam up, and the eye looked at me as it went by. The body kept going and going, and the woman in the pontoon with me was screaming, "Oh my God, oh my God." And, my heart was pounding. I'm not sure if I got the whole body because I was so excited. I was shaking. It was an incredibly close encounter. I mean, it must have been feet away from me.
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
I've never been underwater with a whale, and it's something I've always wanted to do, so I feel incredibly blessed. I'm grateful to Captain Dave for having glass pontoons, and I've been around a lot of incredible things, but that was really a gift. I can't even put it into words.
After the October 21st boat trip, when all of the blue whales came to our boat, and we experienced completely different behavior and joy beyond new levels of joy from them interacting, and dolphins and blue whales interacting together. The next day in my house, I began to see lights, little blue lights on the ceiling in my bedroom and in my office, and sometimes in the living room and the kitchen. We opened the Akashic Records, which is part of my work, to explore more about what was happening, and they said that there's an angelic white whale gateway forming. It's visible to us. It seems to be something that's reaching out through the dimensions to come to this world, to this dimension, to show us the great love that they have. And again, it's a sign to me of the fact that we're to bring our awareness now to our personal multidimensional frequencies and the ability for us to connect to the other pieces and parts of ourselves through the divinity within each of us. The earth has shifted her consciousness, and much darkness has been released from her shadow back to the sun, and the whales begin to fill her heart and the core of her light body with joy. And they are able to surface now and come in mass numbers and act differently in their behavior, in their joy-filled exuberance to connect with the humans in a way that they couldn't just 2 weeks ago. So they are a reflection in their physical bodies, again, of the great joy that connects us through becoming globally aware. There's no more hiding or feeling separate. Every person now must unite with their cosmic family, with their biological family, with their friends, their sisters, with all other beings that are in bodies like me. And dolphins and whales, we're not separate anymore. And the dolphins and whales are showing us as they come to the boats in mass numbers, bringing their loving heart energy to restore us. I would like to encourage people to connect with what I call the great cetacean nations in their own personal way. I follow in the footsteps of John Lilly, who was the late scientist and metaphysician, who said communication with the whales and dolphins is the greatest achievement the human race can aspire to. The greatest achievement. And that is happening, people. We are connecting now with the whales and dolphins. All over the world, people are being tapped by the consciousness of the dolphins and whales. And in the physical world where they live, they are doing behaviors and connecting with us in ways that we could never have conceived of. So please, in your own way, connect with these super sentient beings that have been here for millions of years, stewarding the planet and lighting the way for us to wake up. They are in every ocean and every part of planet Earth, holding the presence for each person to wake up and realize their multidimensional presence, that they are so much more of an expanded being of light than they can imagine.
stop there. There we go. Okay. All right. There you guys are. So that was an amazing day. I'm trying to think what year it was. We were making the film, and the lady that was interviewed by Captain Dave, that was our boat captain. That's Leslie Morava from Golden Dolphin Media. At that time, we were making the film that we have now, Ascension Guidance. And that morning, it was a Friday, which I normally go out over the weekends with groups, but it was that office group I told you about. And I had told her about it. She lives in Los Angeles. But that morning, she was told to get up and get her camera and come. And she didn't plan to come. She was like guided. So she drove really fast, and she got there just in time to get on the boat. And we were standing up front, leaning on the rail when the blue whales came. And we counted 22 blue whales. Our footage doesn't really do that whole experience justice. They were in the front, the side, the back, all around us. And helicopters came, and more boats came. And of course, Captain Dave says the same thing I do. There's never been another day like that in his life. And he's been out 30 years. It's a very special day. Just amazing. But anyway, here she is standing next to me, and she has her camera. And Captain Dave has these glass viewing pods. And he normally only opens them up for people to go down. There's like a door covering them, you know, and then stairway going down under the boat. He only opens them when there's dolphins. And he never let people go down there with cameras because he didn't want them to scratch the glass. But she's just yelling at him. She goes, Dave, I have to go down. I have to go down. Please let me go down. I need to go down in the pod right now. And he let her go down. And I guess one other person slipped in there with her. And thank God he did, because she got that footage, you know, where you can see the eye just going by like that. Just get shivers just thinking about it. Amazing. It was such an activation. And I just can't even imagine how much krill there had to be to feed those whales on that day, or how long it took all of them to arrive. And the word was that they went on going up north, and then other people saw them too, but they were this like a pod of blue whales, which has just never been seen. I don't think to this day we've ever seen a pod either. Just very interesting. So I'm kind of curious to see how you feel, you know, after connecting with them in that way, or if you have any questions. Or
You know, Lori, you said it for me very, very clear. I felt activated.
Yeah.
When I saw that go by, just here on the screen, everything just went so still in me. And that's what it felt like.
Tingle, tingle, huh?
Big time tingle, still tingling.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing. Anybody else? Has anybody else seen a blue whale? Had that experience? Linda, yeah. Were you with me when we saw them in Mexico?
Yeah, we did. From a distance, it was raining like crazy. I don't know if I was on the same boat as you or Anne, I think with you. And it was pretty miserable, but we did see some blue whales in the distance. And
so they also come up into the Sea of Cortez.
Yeah.
Which is where we were doing a gray whale retreat. But the last day before we come home, we usually take a boat out to the Sea of Cortez, and we see dolphins and humpback whales and blues if we do it in the right time of year.
Yeah.
It's really something to see them connect.
But I had a very special experience. I was doing a hypnosis session with a friend, and suddenly I felt this blue whale show up. And I was told her name's Shagun, and she is an aspect of my soul, which was pretty darned amazing.
Yeah, of course.
So when I'm doing energy work, I do work with master whales. I work with, you remember when we were at the Second Cetacean Summit with Bashar, and somebody asked about the purple whale. And, and he wouldn't reply, but I spoke to the woman who asked the question, and she said, yeah, they're about 200 feet. Now, I don't know if they're actually on this planet or just fifth dimensional, but I've started working with a purple whale, Wasani, and with Shagun, and with Mother Watatiki, and Mother Wataki. So they show up in when I'm doing energy work, and they're pretty darned amazing. That's all I can say.
Like blow your socks off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Frequency is so high. Yeah. So I just was so grateful Leslie could film that. And then she came down here. We're working on the film, and she said, I want to interview, because she was seeing the blue lights all over the house. So it's interesting. 2 days ago, blue whale lights appeared in my bedroom, and I thought, oh, good. They know I'm getting ready to do the class, and they're coming to help me. And it's like, I haven't seen any blue lights for, I don't even know, maybe a couple of years, you know. It's just really amazing. So great. Anyway, when it happened, I remember sending that, well, you know, where we photographed the blue lights in the house, to Joan Ocean. And she wrote back and she said, now I know what the blue lights are when they come in my kitchen. I didn't know that they were blue whales. And she said, I feel it now. So she was really, she'd seen them too in her kitchen sometimes. It's totally cool.
Yeah, I remember you showing that one time, and I hadn't connected them with the blue whales, but that's pretty cool, as you say.
Very, very much so. Yeah. Anybody else having a special thing you want to share, or any questions? Diane?
I would. This is Zabi. Yeah, like since I was young, when I first learned about mystics and how they spent so much time alone, you know, the mystic up on the mountaintop, and wondering what that was like. And then recently, when I learned about the blue whales and how they were so solitary, I just thought of them as the mystics of the sea. But there's something that just makes me so happy that they came together in a big group like that. It touches me so deeply that they do sometimes come together.
Yeah, and normally, I'm going to say there's 3 or 4 blows, a couple of minutes apart, maybe 3 minutes apart, where they take that really deep breath, and their spout, I mean, you can see them even from far away. The water goes up about 30 feet. So see it from like a mile away, you know, but we were close. You saw they were practically touching the boat. That just doesn't happen, you know. Anyway, they just amazed us with their ability. They were rolling and going under the boat. Now, I've seen them roll since then a couple of times, but not go under the boat. I mean, they could literally lift that boat up and just flop it over, you know, that's how big they're.
Yeah.
They're twice the size of the boat. I think they were just playing with us, you know. And
what does Seth say? What does Master Puda say about them being all together? Like, is that something that's going to happen more moving into the future, or was it a one-time, like their Woodstock or something?
Yeah. She said it was a blessing. It's not normal, not common. And if they have an intention of doing that again, I sure hope I get the inclination to go get on the boat that day. You know, with the pandemic, I haven't been out in a long time, and I'm ready to start going out again. I just didn't want to deal with people standing close to each other. Oh, look who's here.
Yeah.
Look who's here.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah. I thought that was just so joyful, that partly, you know, emphasized by the excitement of the people on the boat, but it was just cool. I just really loved it. It was a lot of fun.
Screaming. You hear a lot of, oh my God, with blue whales. So for people who may not have seen Puda, here she is. It's my partner. She likes to go on the boat. As you can see.
Hi, Puda.
She likes to go to Hawaii, go on that boat. You ready to hop over? Want to sit on your pad? Okay, here you go.
Yeah, you had a photo of her on the boat.
Yeah.
The experience was pretty darned amazing.
She's
wow.
a water cat.
How long were they with you?
They appeared, that started when we went out on the boat, which is normally a 2.5 hour boat trip. We stayed, I know, another hour. We probably would have stayed longer if people had been on the boat that had to go to the airport, because I know Captain Dave said, can you stay? Do we have to go back, or can you all stay, you know? I mean, no, he didn't want to leave. So I know that he went back and dropped us off and then got more people. By then there were helicopters everywhere and all the boats were coming out, but I think the whole day they stayed.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And it went on and on. It wasn't just a short encounter.
Wow.
Yeah. Just amazing.
Do you know what their specific message or role was at that specific?
Well, I kind of tried, in the YouTube when she's interviewing me, that was the message. And I can show it, that last part again if you like, or we can look at it. We can look at it one more time if you want. It's about 6 minutes. Would anybody like to hear it again or see it again?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Before we do, Diane, you wanted to say something?
I just wanted to share that I just thought it was so joyful.
Yeah.
That it was just so much fun to see it. And then the excitement of the people just made it all that much more.
They were like celebrating, they were celebrating rolling and playing and, so many of them together. I mean, I'm just so glad they let us be a part of it,
Yeah, you could really feel it. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was fun.
Okay, so this time when I play it, again, it's 6 months, really now you've seen it, so let yourself really go heart to heart, really connect. And then at the end of the YouTube, when Leslie's interviewing me, that's the message I got from them, so you can hear it again. I haven't transcribed that one, I guess I should. All right, here we go, share screen.
At Chewy, we know the only thing that changes when bringing home a new pet is everything. And we're
On October 21st, we witnessed a global planetary shift with the blue whales from our boat. The footage we have from that day has gone around the world. The whales are speaking out now as 22 blue whales came directly to our boat.
Wow, he's going under us! Wow!
Blasting us with their immense heart energy as they rolled and spun and swam under our boat. We know we have experienced firsthand a true global love shift as the whales are acknowledging the energetic shifts that Gaia has made. The cetaceans are asking us to be aware now of ourselves as global citizens and embrace the family of light that connects us all.
Sounds like I love you. Sounds like he's actually speaking English.
Oh my God! Dude, that was a miracle!
That whale's right there, guys. He's right next to us.
Look, he's doing. Flip us over. Look at that.
That's amazing! Oh my God! Dude, that was a miracle!
I wish we were in the pod. All of a sudden, the face of a blue whale came right up to me and swam up, and the eye looked at me as it went by. The body kept going and going, and the woman in the pontoon with me was screaming, "Oh my God, oh my God." And, my heart was pounding. I'm not sure if I got the whole body because I was so excited. I was shaking. It was an incredibly close encounter. I mean, it must have been feet away from me.
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
I've never been underwater with a whale, and it's something I've always wanted to do, so I feel incredibly blessed. I'm grateful to Captain Dave for having glass pontoons, and I've been around a lot of incredible things, but that was really a gift. I can't even put it into words.
After the October 21st boat trip, when all of the blue whales came to our boat, and we experienced completely different behavior and joy beyond
new levels of joy from them interacting, and dolphins and blue whales interacting together. The next day in my house, I began to see lights, little blue lights on the ceiling in my bedroom and in my office, and sometimes in the living room and the kitchen. We opened the Akashic Records, which is part of my work, to explore more about what was happening, and they said that there's an angelic white whale gateway forming that's visible to us. It seems to be something that's reaching out through the dimensions to come to this world, to this dimension, to show us the great love that they have. And again, it's a sign to me of the fact that we're to bring our awareness now to our personal multidimensional frequencies and the ability for us to connect to the other pieces and parts of ourselves through the divinity within each of us. The earth has shifted her consciousness, and much darkness has been released from her shadow back to the sun. And the whales begin to fill her heart and the core of her light body with joy. And they are able to surface now and come in mass numbers and act differently in their behavior, in their joy-filled exuberance to connect with the humans in a way that they couldn't just 2 weeks ago. So they are a reflection in their physical bodies, again, of the great joy that connects us through becoming globally aware. There's no more hiding or feeling separate. Every person now must unite with their cosmic family, with their biological family, with their friends, their sisters, with all other beings that are in bodies like me and dolphins and whales. We're not separate anymore, and the dolphins and whales are showing us as they come to the boats in mass numbers, bringing their loving heart energy to restore us. I would like to encourage people to connect with what I call the great cetacean nations in their own personal way. I follow in the footsteps of John Lilly, who was the late scientist and metaphysician, who said communication with the whales and dolphins is the greatest achievement the human race can aspire to. The greatest achievement. And that is happening, people. We are connecting now with the whales and dolphins. All over the world, people are being tapped by the consciousness of the dolphins and whales. And in the physical world where they live, they are doing behaviors and connecting with us in ways that we could never have conceived of. So please, in your own way, connect with these super sentient beings that have been here for millions of years, stewarding the planet and lighting the way for us to wake up. They are in every ocean, in every part of planet Earth, holding the presence for each person to wake up and realize their multidimensional presence, that they are so much more of an expanded being of light than they can imagine. Amazing. So how was that? Did you get more out of it? By seeing it again?
Way deeper, way deeper.
Good. Totally cool. Very nice. Anybody have a
Yeah,
comment?
what year was that?
I'm trying to remember. I'm thinking it has to be
1 September, but you didn't give a year.
I know. I think 2005.
Ah, so it was before the white humpback whales came in.
Oh, yes. Oh, many years before that. Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah. But we were actually holding an Akashic record session here. I was hosting my teacher, Donna Fox. Some of you may remember her. She's passed now. But, that was my specific topic that I really wanted to work on that weekend. And just really enjoyed hearing that, the words I shared with you and about how powerful they are and just the connection. And it changed me and connected me in a more personal way to them. Before, I always saw them as these big whales that are like God, that are way out there, and didn't really have a personal connection, and now I do. So I actually had an encounter once too, where I was out just as a fun day by myself with a friend of mine, John Tedimer. Some of you may know him because he's a really prolific author. He's done about 30 books on black holes and the earth, the changes for the earth consciousness. And his cat Milo has written 3 books through him. His cat's an Arcturian. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, we were out together, and we had just came out from the front of the boat and sat down inside, and we were eating our lunch. And all of a sudden, a blue whale appeared across the way, and it came to the other boat that's in Dana Point. It's called Dana Wharf. And so I immediately was going to get up and go out to the front so I could see it better. And the blue whale spoke so clearly the blue whale said, just finish your lunch. Don't worry. I'm going to play with this boat for a little while. And then I'm going to come over to your boat, and I'll even come around the side where you're sitting. You don't even have to get up. Just relax. I'll be over soon. And that's exactly what happened. Pretty soon, here it came around the front of the boat and came right by where I was sitting, really close. And I was like, wow. I didn't know that I could hear the whale like that, you know, the blue whale. It wanted it, you know, it was recognizing me and I knew I could hear it. So very special day. Yeah. Very special.
Well, we had when we did the gray whales together, and there was one whale going up to one of the boats, and we were all yelling and screaming that it should come to the other boat. And either you or Anne said, it's saying, you know, it's going there first and then it's coming to you. So don't worry, it's going to do both boats.
It's going to come to both
kind of thing.
Very generous of spirit. Yes.
Yes.
Leaving anybody out.
Yeah.
Next week, we're going to work with the gray whales. They are so sweet. You know, they're smaller whales, so they come right up where you can pet them, scratch them. They open their mouth, you can rub their tongue. They bring their babies to the boat. Oh my God, it's amazing. So all of the whales have such special gifts that they bring to the world. So incredible. All right, anybody else? It was cool. Okay, so I'm going to show you now some footage from a Disney film that I hopefully will really enjoy the footage. And you'll see the perspective of, just for a few minutes, of what it's like to seek knowledge of the blue whales from a research perspective, not from where we're from, where the spiritual aspect of it. But it's pretty amazing. So, okay, so let me share the screen. I was pretty moved by the film. I felt I had to share some of it with you. So. Come on. Guess it's loading up here. I mean, see, it's at the beginning here. I may have to reload it. Give it a little bit more time. I tested it before class and it started right up. Yeah. All right, you guys, give me a minute. We'll go again. Oh, can't even spell her.
It's a beautiful video. I watched it a couple weeks ago and I got like huge downloads just from watching.
Good. Well, that's what I'm hoping. All right, we're going to see a little bit of 2 locations in the film. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but at least you'll know about it.
Our oceans, once churned with giants, diving deep through liquid space. Today, they're few and fragile. Blue whales are the largest creatures to ever breathe on our planet. We know little about them. Their calls travel hundreds of kilometers, but we can barely hear them. They eat thousands of kilograms of food every day, and we don't know how they find it. Although they may live as long as we do, we only guess at how they meet, or when they mate.
I only have a black screen.
Me too. I only have a black
That's
screen.
one of the biggest questions of all.
Thank you for telling me. Okay, you got to tell me if anything goes wrong. Here we go again. We're going to share.
I kept thinking it was going to come out of the water, the dark water.
Can you see it now? Can you
Nope.
see a picture of a whale?
No, no.
Huh. Okay, it's showing me that it is sharing.
It could be something with Disney.
I guess so. Could be. Let me try one more time. Now, can you see it?
No.
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 Bummer.
Maybe we have to be Disney Plus subscribers. Can
Well,
anybody
because
see
I'm
it?
sharing the screen, usually everything comes through. So, okay.
Maybe they have some kind of block on it that you can't do it.
Probably they do. Bummer. Okay. Well, I highly recommend you see it. It's called Kingdom of the Blue Whales. And it's got incredible footage of a newborn baby down in Costa Rica and some of the research and, commentary, which is well worth hearing, even though it's not spiritual. It's powerful. So let's do this. Let's make sure the screen share is working, that it's not. No. I can get out of this. There we go. Okay, so you can see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're not letting you see the film. Okay.
Yes. We can
All
see
right. Well, that's too bad, but what? I don't know. It went away. Can you guys see
It would
this?
be worth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It's totally worth subscribing to Disney Plus, even if you just do it for a month to watch that series and then also watch Hamilton.
Okay, good to know. I
Okay.
haven't watched Hamilton yet. There's a series of the secrets of the whales with 4 different species of whales, including the humpbacks. And then there's this film, which is all just the blue whales, the Kingdom of the Blue Whales. So, all right, well, that was what I had best intentions. So here's a picture of the boat I actually use quite often. And some of my people are on the other boat, Captain Dave, and the blue whale came right between us. So I thought you might enjoy that. Yeah, sometime if you come to Southern California during the summer months, it's worth the opportunity to go out and, okay, view. Admit all, letting people in here. Okay. Okay, so I have another channel that was given to me a few years after the encounter with the 22 blue whales. And it was given to me the day before I left to go to Mexico for the gray whale retreat. And then, as I mentioned to you, that usually the last day we go over to the Sea of Cortez and go out on a different boat to seek the blue whales. The Sea of Cortez is absolutely stunning. And the boat actually takes us to an island with not populated, and we get out and have a picnic lunch, and so great. So not this next year, but the following year, I'll go back to doing, I'm sure, gray whale retreats. This next year still, I think, going to be pretty tumultuous with, all the stuff that's going on with the quarantines and so forth, and people getting on airplanes, and it's just a challenging time, you know, that I think things will blow over eventually and we can go back to traveling. I hope so. Okay. So move this and let's come back to the music. And let you hear it. So would you guys mute your rooms, please? Here we go. This is just audio.
This is a blue whale wisdom message. Dearest ones, we are the largest creatures on planet Earth. We are the blue whales. We reach out to you at this most transformative time in Earth's history. Many forces of light, beyond human comprehension, are working through us to assist during this time we refer to as the ascension. All of your energy to stay out of feeling small or in judgment or expectation of how you personally feel things should flow.
So someone said they couldn't hear it. Can you tell me if you could hear that message?
There
No,
was
I
like
didn't hear it.
distortion.
Yeah.
Okay, it's because people have their microphones on. So if you can hear it, that's great. I'll start it over, but you need to mute your rooms. And I can do it for you if you like, or you can do it. Okay, let's go again. Okay, so you should see the red microphone on the bottom corner with an X through it, or a line through it. Okay, here we go.
This is a blue whale wisdom message.
Can you hear this?
Dearest ones,
Or just tell me if you
we
can.
are the largest
Yes.
on planet
Okay.
Earth.
I just realized.
We are the blue whales.
Okay.
We reach out to you at this most transformative time in Earth's history. Many forces of light, beyond human comprehension, are working through us to assist during this time we refer to as the ascension. It is most important now to stay in your hearts, beloveds, and use all of your energy to stay out of feeling small or in judgment or expectation of how you personally feel things should flow. The energy that is reaching your planet and population now is exponentially growing. The prophecies we have given to those that would hear us speak of a magnificent shift in the energy of your planet is telling you there is no comparison in your history for what you are about to experience. The codes of creation within every human are being activated through the solar light, and the earth has long been encoded for this great time of awakening. Within the free will zone, you can expect to witness many changes within your vibration and form. The energy is encoded to expand the heart within each of you and strengthen your physical capacity to carry more light within your form. The carbon-based molecule is breaking down in correspondence to the magnetic fields of the earth. All of this is appropriate and will assist every life form in transforming their DNA into more crystalline light. We will all be guided to play our part, but it is important to remember that those that align with cetacean consciousness have agreed to stay in the unified field of the ascension workers. It is the intention of the omni forces of oneness to support Earth as she reaches a vibration known as critical mass. A galactic measurement is being taken so as to determine the necessary energy infusions that will ultimately play a part in our future. For those that stay in their hearts and create with the energy of love, know that grace and support will be given for each of you. We caution you not to be swept into the drama, the chaos around you by your fellow humans. Allow your divine intuition to guide you each day.
knowing that new information will be shared with you when it is appropriate. Faith is the force that will carry you through the upcoming changes. Remember that light is expansion. Fear is contraction. Many are and will continue to act out their fears during these transitional times. Many souls will hunker down as they feel they are losing control, and they are not yet capable of living from their hearts. Control is a linear perception and is always based in fear, not love. You can expect to see significant changes and even collapses of the old systems that do not serve the greater good for humanity. Expect to see changes in your third dimensional world in finance and currency exchange, governmental shifts, and even within the educational and medical systems. All of this is by divine design and will support the changes in vibration and frequency that you deserve. All that does not serve the greater good must be destroyed in order to build the new. The new earth and the age of Gaia is upon you, my friends. This is the time you have waited for, to live each day in your heart with great faith. Know that you are loved and supported beyond your imagination. You each have been tested and initiated in many lifetimes to prepare for this life in Earth's history. Our advice is to ride the wave of change as a surfer rides the ocean waves. Remember each day to balance the breath within you as you consciously connect to Mother Earth and to your Sun. Ask for the vibration of unity as you start your day and stay in your heart throughout the day. The goal is to become a conscious creator, centered in your emotions, claiming your mastery, and always in service to the divine. Understand that each day you have the choice to buy into the holographic story of chaos and pain that some are creating, or to make the choice to return to the heart and begin to breathe in unity and create center. The question is, do you believe it is possible to live in peace, harmony, and health while others around you choose war, fighting, poverty, and ill health? There is no better time than the present to move into your mastery and to become the example you say you are seeking. You are the creator of your own life experience and a very powerful co-creator of the world around you. It has been said many times, remember to be the change that you want to see in the world. I tell you now that the upcoming changes are for the greater good, no matter how you personally choose to experience them. Embrace the changes you experience and let faith be your guide. Feel the love and support that the great whales have for each of you. You are transforming and recalibrating back to your true divine selves. Beloved awakening humans, you are integrating the brilliance of light, which has lain dormant and hidden from you for 100,000 Earth years. The reward for your hundreds and some of you thousands of lifetimes upon the earth is coming into manifestation. As you quicken your vibration to the new frequencies coming to this planet, you are accelerating the creation of your own light body. As the ancient beings on your planet, we tell you emergence into a brighter, lighter world is the given destination. Enjoy the journey. We are the blue whales. Okay. So did you enjoy that? Yeah. So here's another point. And we actually have a little extra time because we're not able to see the Disney footage. So it's okay. If you have something you'd like to say, something you've experienced, or some questions that you might have. That's a profound message that I got. It's actually the last message I've received from them. in that way, where it was just, sit down and write this down. So, and it's applicable to every day, Yeah. We are changing. Anybody?
The message for me from that was patience.
Yeah.
I struggle to have patience. It's like, okay, let's go. Enough already,
Yeah.
Some days that's my challenge is to calm that patience for patience.
Master Buddha says one of the ways to do that is to really be grounded, into the earth, and then say words of gratitude for this day. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for this day, and to see, what you might accomplish, even if it's a small thing. I mean, I'm just getting now. We should all do a water blessing for the earth, because so many of us are gathered here in the call and also in the replay. We have a lot of people, probably more people doing the replay, that of course will bring their energy into the current timeline that we're working with now. The blue whales are part of that. They cleanse and purify the ocean, as well as the other whales too, and the dolphins. And when we take an active stance to change the water in our bodies, then we become a vibrational match to the ocean, and we can bless the water in a completely different way. Because reality check is, you can't give what you don't have, right? You first have to achieve it. You have to do the action steps to achieve a vibration, then you can share it. But this is why I think the whale and dolphin healing is so profound, is because it moves you into a vibration that's so much higher than we can carry on our own, into that ancient, resonance and frequency where we really feel the oneness, and we really feel the power of the timeline and the energy that's put into the evolution of our planet that's brought us to this day. There's an amazing amount of people that have lived and worked, and of course, think of the whales, millions of years they've gone into creating the vibration that we're living in now. And you may look around and see some chaos, but when people are acting out or they're playing in the negative, they're really loud. It's like little kids screaming. They're just going to scream for a while. That's what they do to get attention to themselves. Whereas the people that are in the heart and they're experiencing love and we're creating peace, we're not loud. We're just vibrating. We're just here holding the space. And it works. It creates more peace. So hopefully that's helpful, Kathy. Just find the peace in the moment, and then it will be another moment, and then another moment, and living more in the present. I think that will help you.
Thank you. It does. It helps a great deal. Thank you.
Yeah. And one of the mantras in the whale school is, this moment is my life. This moment. And then this moment. So it helps bring you back to the present. And next week, when we work with the gray whales, they have a message that's specific for that. I think it'll help you about not stepping too much into the past, not too much into the future, and staying really present, because this is when we can really be effective, when we really are focused. And I mean, that's about 3/4 of manifestation. I have a manifestation class coming up too, which is, if you're focused, you're really focused and you're really in your heart, you're using law of attraction, which is what I think and feel I bring into form. And you own that. You own the creatorship of being that powerful, that you can create what you want with, of course, the assistance of the universe and all of the other beings that assist you. They want to bless you. They want to help you. They want to help you manifest. But if we're not focused, we're not in our heart, we're scattered. Have you ever, come on, we've all been scattered. We've got a million little thoughts flitting all around us. And, well, what about that? And then sometimes in my office, I've got 10 things to do. And I'm like, which am I going to do? So I start one, and then pretty soon I'm over here working on that. And, the best business advice, of course, from all the schools is complete one task at a time, stay focused. And that facilitates time management. So think of it that way with your life, is that you are fully, let's see, where are we? It's 5:38 here in Pacific time, that we're really in the 5:38. We're really here in this moment, and we're connecting to the whales, and we're asking for their assistance. So anybody got any last questions or comments? I should mention too, I should do my commercial, is that the Dolphin and Whale School for the 4th year starts in October 10th. And this is when we train people, I should say the whales train people. I just get to be the voice on becoming a facilitator, a professional certified facilitator, learning the 12 templates to create light body, meeting the whales and learning to speak to them, to channel them. And you might say, oh, I can't do that. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. If you ask and they come to you, they will bring you their voice. Anybody here that's already experienced that knows what I'm talking about, that said, oh, I was really worried when I started and I couldn't channel the whales and now I can. Linda, you're like, you know that.
Yeah, I mean, they came through and it was pretty amazing, as you work with each individual whale, as they came through and gave their energetic signature, because we worked, like for 5 or 10 minutes with each whale. And I really got a lot from each different energetic. They all had their own input and their own energies that they were working with. And so, when I'm choosing a whale, it's like, okay, what was their energetic? Because I made a note of everything that they told me, and it's like, oh yes, this is the one. Right. And this is who I need to be working with.
You're learning their personality.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's Scarlett. She's taken the class too. She's going to be taking.
Yeah, they can see me. Yeah, it's really. I mean, I'm not hard, thick-headed. Sometimes it takes I don't know 100 times. Then I got it. But yeah, like Linda said, they have a very different personality. Just like if you have animals, birds, cats, kids, we all have our own personality. The whales have their own personality and their humor.
It's distinctive, isn't it?
Yeah, very, so that you're not, they're night and day from each other.
Yeah.
So it is very possible.
It is. All 12 whales come to each session. We call them in actually before we do the healing part, and they stand in a circle around you. And then during the actual session, one whale will come forward and will be this, what we call the speaker whale, and we'll give a personal message for the client that's lying down. And then we give that at the end of the session. So it's just incredibly purposeful feeling to be able to do that. And people are so lovingly blown away by not only the healings, but by the messages they receive and their connection to the whales. So that starts October 10th. That's called Module 1, and we do 30 hours of training every second Sunday. And if you can't come to class, on Zoom, you can watch the replay. I've had people in Australia particularly do the whole course by watching the replay because the time difference is so, difficult for them. And France, other countries too. Yeah. Some of them stay up, because they really want to be live, they're in the night being with us, but you can always watch the replays and catch up. So, and the manuals are incredible. They've given me these incredible manuals, which are just packed full of whale wisdom, basically. And then module 2 is working with the ascended dolphins. There's a council of 12 dolphins, bottlenose, that have identified themselves after I started the whale school. It wasn't something I knew was going to happen. And they said, I already knew that the dolphins on our planet are the epigeneticists. They're the ones that calibrate the DNA. So when we get into working with the orcas, you'll experience some of that. They do it too. Again, they're the largest dolphin, even though people think they're whales. I mean, baleen whales, but they're not. And they can turn your genes on and off based on what your higher self will allow for and what your personal intentions are. So it's just profound work, really. And that will start in January. And then after that 30 hours is over, we go into internship. And internship is 4 months where you go out and work with people you don't know to facilitate all of the work that you've learned. And you get to practice, obviously. And then this group just graduated from last year in July. Those that completed their internship now, they have certificates of, certification so that they can start charging money now. And we have the whole group usually meet during the internship once a month. And then at the end of internship, they vote on the price that they're going to charge for session work. So we're all the same the first year. We try to stay as a pod, so nobody's too way up high or somebody's too low. So it's non-competitive. It's very supportive to be in the the intern pod and helping each other, and you start building your website and all of that. And if you don't want to do that, you think that's too much, then you can take the classes for your personal growth and just, expand your own light body. It's just profound. So, or you can work with me or one of the other graduates to do one-on-one classes. So there's a lot of the graduates out there available to you, and they're all over the world now. So it's kind of exciting. Yeah. Okay, so we have the extra time. I think we're going to just take 10 minutes and we're going to connect to the blue whales. So I want you to put your blindfold on, and we're just going to do a little journey in a merger. And then when we come out of it, I just want you to have a piece of paper ready so you can write down the message, if any, that you get from the blue whales. Maybe you have a question that you'll want to ask them on the journey, or maybe they're just going to, give you some information. Okay. So I'm going to share the screen so we can put on some soft music. So wherever you're sitting in your home now, allow a portal of water to open where your feet are. Just gently see it happening. And gently take your energy and slip into the water portal where you find yourself in the ocean. And you'll notice in your etheric body, you don't have to breathe, that you can stay underwater now. Yourself now swimming out into the ocean, into the deep waters. And notice how you're completely calm, not afraid in any way, really anxious to meet one of your blue whale friends from the stopper. And as you continue to swim, as you look side to side, you see you have some dolphins swimming with you. They want to come too. Notice the color, the texture of the water as we swim into the area where the blue whales are. The water turns turquoise, vibrant shade of blue, shimmering with light particles and sparkles. We know we're getting close. So set your intention now. Meet one of the great blue whales. I'm going to take a moment to ask them now if it's appropriate to merge. And permission is given. So as the great whale approaches you, turn and swim sideways alongside of him or her. Now they're going to use their magical whale energy to allow you to swim into their eye, merge with their huge. You just feel the peace and the relaxation that they're offering. It's timeless. You feel that you stay here forever, feeling the bliss and the connection that they offer you. Earth. And now merge with this great, gentle giant. Allow yourself to experience whatever it is that you want to share with you. My voice is going to be silent for a few minutes, and you have a personal experience with this amazing blue whale friend. Enjoy. yourself now to offer gratitude for your blue whale friend, for the opportunity to merge, spend a little bit of time together, really experiencing what their vibration feels like. Make note of the energy or the message or the feeling state that has been offered to you. And as you release yourself through the eye of the blue whale, find yourself swimming back towards the portal that you entered the ocean. Coming back up through the portal that's in the room that you're sitting in. Feeling relaxed and supported. Feeling the higher vibration. As you're ready, gently opening your eyes, beginning to write down about the experience, the message, describing the experience, the emotional state happening with your hands to record that message. Remember, connect in. Ask that you might remember it, that you can get a chance to record if it's important right now. Let's all come back now into our bodies. Again, nourished by the blue house. Here we are. So who would like to share in your experience as you connected with the blue whale? Linda.
Yeah, I did get quite a long message from my blue whale master, Shagun. She just mentioned at the end it was her giving the message.
Nice.
She says, our love is deeper than the deep blue sea and higher than any mountain. This may sound like the lyrics of a corny song, but is fact. Our energy bodies are so immense that they cannot be measured in your finite minds. Just feel, know, and enjoy the love that we have for you, and allow our immenseness to open you to your full potential and expansion. As Laurie said, light and love is expansion. Allow, allow, allow your hearts to be filled with the depth of your very being, which is so much more than your physical being, but your multidimensionality. You are a multidimensional being with many aspects encompassing many forms on many planets. You are just beginning to understand this concept. Your mind grapples with it, but your heart and your soul know. This knowingness will expand and become a part of your being. We are but one aspect of your soul. All my love, Shagun.
Beautiful. Just get chills. You guys feel the power of that.
And then I felt, oh God, she felt powerful. She really came in and
she really did respond.
gave me a big blue whale kiss.
That's funny. I can't really picture that because their lips
No,
are.
I'm just saying.
It'd be like they'd swallow us with their kiss.
When I see the whales, I sometimes have to make them into little tiny things that are our size or smaller to be able to work with them.
Exactly. Yeah. That was beautiful. Who else would like to share your experience? Don't be shy. Doesn't matter if it's, fluent or, extravagant. It just matters that you let yourself have this connection.
I actually had a lot of tears. I found the music loud and I couldn't hear you. So I just let myself swim with the dolphins and just float in the blue whale pictures. Like I just pictured one of the pictures and I feel like I've had almost like a whole overlay on my heart. I just feel like my whole heart just expanded and I just want to cry.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Well, thank you for telling me about the music. It's one of the things with Zoom that I don't seem to find a way around is when I adjust the volume of the music, it doesn't work. So people have told me before, if I play music in meditations, then they can't hear me. So I apologize.
I think it actually worked for me because I just let go and let myself float.
Okay, good. I'm glad you could have that experience. Beautiful. Anybody else want to share or have any questions? Diane?
Well, I wanted to say that I like the journey of opening the portal of water at the bottom of our feet and slipping in. I thought that was just one of the coolest things ever. And just, the swimming. And I was thinking about a woman that I was working with earlier today, and she's very frustrated. And I just recognized that her energy is split. And it's kind of like the whale was like going through this with me and said, gratitude is the key. And just showed me this like a necklace or something, that was key shaped with the word gratitude etched on it. And it's like, maybe that would be a good reminder, to be able to actually have that physical key that says gratitude, because I know that's also one of Buddha's things, right? Gratitude is the key to the universe.
Gratitude is the key to the universe. Don't forget where you left your key. Yeah. So wear it. Yeah, have it with you. Yeah. And I always say is if you count your blessings and you're going to be there a long time, because once you start, we have so many things to be grateful for. She always says, what about like just running water, clean water? What about a car that can take you everywhere you need to go, and to the store or to your friend's house or on a trip, you know? We forget all the things. What about the roof over your home, you know, or even your home, you know? So many things. And the whales live in that vibration we're talking about, with just total gratitude for the opportunity, where we can't conceive of somebody who's been here a million years, but they'd obviously want to be here or they wouldn't do it, you know?
True.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I agree.
Well, thank you everyone for your attention and for dealing with the little glitch today. And I guess it's going to tempt you now to go see the movie on your own. It's really great. Also on Disney is The Secrets of the Whales, which is a 4-part series, which is well worth seeing. And then there's one on dolphins. So enjoy all of
And
that.
they also have Moana on there also. if you wanna
Yeah,
watch
that's
it.
a great movie. Great movie.
What's the name of the dolphin one?
Something, maybe it's The Secrets of the Dolphins. I don't know. You could just put into the search box dolphins.
Yeah.
And it will come up. It will come up. So, okay, well, let's all join our hearts now together, and let's bless the water in our bodies, and let's bless the water in the ocean before we close. So I have a suggested water blessing. If you just join me energetically. Water, we love you. Water, we bless you. And water, we honor you. Please forgive us for polluting you or harming you in any way. And let's all say the Ho'opono prayer together. You can say it out loud or telepathically, whatever you like. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. Water, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. Once more. Water, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. Through the power of our divine essence, we raise the vibration of this water and the water in our bodies to the highest possible vibration right now. And if you have a bottle or a glass of water, you might drink it because you're blessing it. And now allow that vibration to ripple out from your heart into the waterways of the world, into the lakes, the rivers, the streams, the waterfalls, and out into the ocean. That it may ripple across our planet as we join with the whales, blessing the water and changing the vibration to a crystalline code, offering our assistance to create this higher vibration, one step closer to creating the new earth and restoring the water to sentience and purity and grace. So be it, and so it is. Namaste. And with that, we close the sacred space of this class, week number 2, with the blue whales, with grace and so much gratitude, by saying the words, we give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. Our sacred space for our class today is closed. Blessings to each of you. Have a wonderful week. And know the replay page is there. You all have the link to it now. And we'll just keep adding to it, you know, each week with the classes so you can review them, share them with your friends. And if you're guided at all to consider being a whale and dolphin healer, take a look at the website, which is lauriebriand.com, and go to the Energy Medicine School page. It's quite a lot of information there. And check it out. Might be for you. You don't know. Love to have you if you're called. Actually, the whales would be calling you. I'll be there. I'll show up along with the whales. So until next week, bye-bye, everybody.
Big love, big love.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.